day to you all. I trust you all enjoyed a fine recess. Well, what were we all on about? Something related to the time at the Aden Hotel? Honestly, I can't quite remember. Tell you what, allow me to review some of the finer idiosyncrasies of our beloved members of the Order, and let's see if that can somehow jog my memory and get us back upon track. First and foremost, it would behoove us to start with the most obvious, Sir Eugene. Now, everyone is quite familiar with the stunning portraiture of the Order's members as displayed in the Grand Galleria. Recall how almost all portrayals of the esteemed Sir Eugene brilliantly depict his most signature trait, his magnificent feathered beard. Also well known as his penchant for, shall we say, recreational substance use, which may or may not have been a proclivity of his prior to his ascendance, but is most certainly well documented as a favoured activity of his afterwards. After all, when you find yourself to be functionally immortal, well, why not? Thus, 'twas at this event, whilst ill-advisedly partaking, that an unanticipated side effect gave to him his so well-recognized and famed feathered facial coif. Here now we can witness a fine example of Lady Shimmerscale's somewhat unusual tendency. Namely, breaking and entering, skulking about, quietly leaving, and only then a polite knock. The residents of Covenant's Redoubt have since become accustomed to this slightly eccentric behaviour over the centuries, and now view this as a delightful quirk. Mostly. Also, while she is quite clearly and visibly a 7-foot-tall, ice-glistening, dragon-born warrior, it is considered good form to politely humour her attempts at stealth and pretend not to notice her. After all, she will shortly depart and knock for proper entry, and then greet you with the utmost warmth and kindness. Thus, it is considered best just to play along. This also serves as a shining illustration of Sir Mike's fairly mischievous nature. For, while the Lady Shim was so kindly bothering a sleeping guest in his hotel room, Sir Mike saw this as a grand opportunity for a bit of cheek and fun. And by that I mean smashing the hotel door off its hinges, retching, and dashing to the privy to feign a violent bout of vomiting, truly selling the bit by subtly breast-digitating the aroma of bile. Being awoken so suddenly in the middle of the night by not one, but 2 members of the Order, the guest did the only sensible thing. He ran. But the Lady Shim was hot on his heels, asking cordial questions and inadvertently further terrifying the man. Unable to help himself, Sir Mike dispelled the aroma and cast a mending upon the door, for no other reason than amusement at the idea of the guest returning, unable to explain or prove what had occurred. Sir Mike is a bit of a dick. And we certainly cannot forget that it was here, at the Aden, that Sir Dacon became synonymous with his famous love of handballs. So great was his fondness that whilst the entirety of the Order had proceeded to the stair, continuing their investigations, Sir Dacon could not divest himself from continuing to scoff down balls by the fistfuls. Stuffing his face with the sweet, salty pig orbs proved so engrossing that even Sir Oswald was delayed in rising up the stairs whilst waiting for him. The revered wizard busied himself with some preparatory detection of magics, all while vehemently trying to part Sir Dacon from the next trayful of porcine spheres. And too, these events work quite well to demonstrably portray Sir Jasper's intolerant and peevish nature, as he is regularly irritated by the rest of the Order and the shenanigans they seem to indulge in so readily. As expected, he brooked no nonsense and proceeded directly to the 3rd floor of the establishment. It is quite obvious to even the simplest of mind that the villains would conduct their business upon the highest floor, and that all that mucking about on the second was naught but chaff and tomfoolery. Finally, this brings us to the celebrated investigator, Sir Grimesby, and his well-known propensity for narcolepsy. He displayed his keen eye and wit, proceeding cautiously down the second-floor corridor, whilst Sir Jasper raced ahead, and the rest of the order engaged in whatever silliness they were doing. Sir Grimesby looked for clues, and asked pertinent and intelligent questions. He cogitated, he planned, and he ultimately fell asleep, leaning against the near wall. Why, yes, this breakdown of peculiar foibles did serve to reorient, though now we find ourselves at the end of our lecture. The members of the order are positioned thusly. Sir Jasper, alone in the hall of the third floor. Upon the second, a politely confused Lady Shim, a giggling madly to himself Sir Mike, a feathered chin-stroking Sir Eugene, and a gently napping Sir Grimesby. And, still in the lobby, an exasperated Sir Oswald waiting upon Sir Dacon, who cannot help but stuff his face with ham. Class dismissed!